Welcome back to another episode of Caps Off, presented by Betr. It is just Jack and I today. Welcome back to another episode of Caps Off, presented by Betr. It is the 14th. The 14th of March.
That is the math, the 14th.
Yeah, I had to look. It's one day after the 13th.
St. Patty's weekend.
Yep. No Pat today. Why is that, Jack?
He's at the Players' Championship at TPC Sawgrass right now.
TPC, the Players' Championship.
There you go. Well, that's also not what TPC stands for, but it's the Players' Course.
Fuck!
But the Players' Championship is where he's at.
Okay.
What is the famous hole at that course?
18, of course. 13.
Nope.
You're right. It's the 14th one.
No, it's not.
16.
No, come on. It's TPC Sawgrass.
Well, it's the one that Colin Morikawa.
His caddy.
Yeah, he's.
What's famous about the 17th hole?
The 17th, right? That was going to be.
What's
the
famous
next
about
one.
it?
A lot of ponds. A lot of water.
A lot of water.
A lot of water. Yeah.
But why is it specifically famous? Because of how much water there is.
Guys, you got to hit it over the water on a specific.
You do have to hit it over the water. There's a lot of places you have to do that. Yeah. It's an island green.
It's an island green.
Yeah, you were gonna say that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's only 130 something yards.
Only 130 something yards.
A simple shot, really, for all these tour pros. Even for me,
it
would be a pretty simple shot.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But when you have the water in the crowd, that's actually today while we're recording though. Pat and HSB boys, Tycho, James, they're all just like hanging out the 17th hole today, getting drunk.
Fun.
Really tough job.
Jealous.
Really tough job. Tycho will probably listen to this. Pat will have no idea, so we can talk shit about Pat.
We can talk shit about Pat.
Yeah.
What should we say?
Ooh, I don't know.
Justin Fields.
He's very Irish. So like, happy St. Patty's Day actually to him.
Is it St. Patty's Day?
He's like a little leprechaun. That's
when
what
is
some people
St. Patrick's Day?
The 17th. So this is the weekend you would celebrate it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh. Have some Guinness if you're able to drink.
I saw the president might put a 200% tariff on Guinness.
No
right before St. Patty's Day. Yeah.
Dude, tariff's going crazy right
200% on Guinness.
Tariff's going crazy right now.
Impeach the man.
We're gonna talk free agency today. We got a few things to talk about. I made some power rankings. Jack's got some QB carousel game. Not gonna be the longest episode, obviously, just because it's the two of us sitting in a small room that's very fucking
super cold. Really,
67 degrees. It feels like 61.
I'd say it's low 60s. This is brisk.
It is cold.
Like my fingers are.
It's
chilly.
really, dude.
Yeah.
It's like when on contact when you touch your and when you know.
Not fucking 67.
It's not 67.
Not
I sleep in 67. This is not 67.
I sleep 68 is what my apartment's always at, and I'm like, I'm good.
The optimal temperature for sleeping is between 67 and 69
I would
degrees.
say, and that's 68. Money. Yeah, right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Dude, last 2 days, AC didn't work in my apartment. They cut it out for maintenance from Tuesday morning to Wednesday night.
Management problems in your building.
Oh yeah, like I'm doing my laundry here today.
That's unacceptable.
Yeah,
I would freak the fuck out.
But I'm really poor, and this is like one of the only places I can afford to live by myself in Miami. So I'll take it.
Yeah, you just brought it to a place where like I don't know what else to,
no, yeah, like
sorry.
That's all I got.
You're right.
I don't got a wife to live with.
Yeah,
you know, I don't got friends to live. I do have friends, but
you don't have friends.
I'm 28 years old.
You actually said on a few weeks ago's episode when we made the video of us hiring that you don't talk to me anymore. So,
well, we don't really talk much during work. You're very busy. You're a busy man.
Should we address that?
Yeah, we should. We were talking about this morning when we were texting.
I'm gonna pull up some of those comments.
So yeah, yesterday we posted a video about how we're hiring an editor. It's not, I guess, hiring is not the right word. We
are looking for an intern.
We're looking for an intern to help edit our videos as well as other stuff for Betr in general.
Yes.
So we're part of it, obviously, but it is an unpaid internship, as is a lot of foot in the door internships in sports, right? Like,
yes.
Anyone, we were talking about this, like, yeah, we're like, it's not just our intern, right?
Yeah.
It's not our intern. It is for Betr, but it's specifically the media side to help edit videos. And when you're trying to get your foot in the door in sports, it's really just like some of the shit you have to do.
Yeah, I was, so you texted me this morning and I had seen all the comments as well. There was a fuck ton of comments of
they're like, oh, well, I would apply, but I don't want to do it because it's unpaid. It's like, I get it.
It's unpaid. You're saying you're hiring, but it's really an internship. And all these other variables that are rooted in not being paid for it. And I think what's like fun about this topic, because we really wanted to talk about this, is everyone always makes fun of us of, I want to work in sports, or makes fun of us for,
not
everyone should have a podcast. Yeah.
Or, they're just giving mics to anybody these days.
You're right, they are.
You know
can
what?
go buy one.
You can go start your own podcast. Anyone can fucking do it.
Yes,
We
they
just
can.
happened to start doing it at a sports media company that we worked at.
And how did we get there, Jack?
I mean, I probably had 2 to 3 years of experience, unpaid internships. One was for this like tiny little newspaper type of thing at University of Missouri, covering fuck all Mizzou sports, and then also high school sports in Columbia, Missouri. And then I wanted to be a sports writer. Transparently, what I wanted to do out of college or going into college was I wanted to be a sports writer, sports journalist.
Yeah.
And thank God I'm not doing that anymore. Not a great industry to get into with writing and newspapers, whatever. But then I wrote about the St. Louis Cardinals. I was a beat reporter for them, unpaid, in St. Louis for a summer. And then went back to Mizzou, covered the Mizzou football and basketball team, unpaid, for Rock M Nation, which is like a SB Nation thing for Mizzou. It's like all of it's unpaid, but the thing is, to get your foot in the door in sports, it sucks ass that like I know I'm very privileged to be able to say that I was allowed to work unpaid and everything like that, but you kind of have to do shit like that.
Yeah,
and
well,
there's a lot of people wondering how you get into sports. How did you get your job? How did you do this?
Well, hold on. That's not your 100%. And credit to you. I just need to interrupt that this is not just like sports. Like there are a lot of times in life to break into certain industries. If you really want it, if you really want to go for something, there are going to be a number of times where you might have to work for free. That's not saying that your value is less than someone else. It's saying how badly are you willing to offer value regardless of the cost.
Yeah.
If you're not being paid for something and you could do it for the rest of your life, that's because you're passionate about it. So to get into sports, which is an industry that every single Tom, Dick, and Harry wakes up saying, I want to be in sports.
It's not that easy.
It's
you can't
not
just
that
get
easy.
into sports.
So
like
to add more color to the actual looking for an intern, is that what we're really looking for is someone like ourselves when we got our first internship that is still potentially in college or about to graduate college that could either use college credits in sports management companies and business. You need credits to be able to graduate. Or you want your foot in the door, have something strong on your resume to assist in a project like a caps off, which then could lead to an actual job.
You get to know us, you get to know people better, all this stuff. And like fun fact too, one of so that internship I had working for this radio company covering the Cardinals, my boss, if you guys know Book It with Trent, so my boss founded Book It Sports with Trent. So now they're a huge conglomerate. Like it's really cool for him. My other boss, she essentially is the like main studio host for the Carolina Hurricanes.
That's sick.
So they were just right out of college. They were my bosses. I know them really well. If somehow this doesn't work out, I could go to her and be like, hey, is there anything in Carolina doing sports that I can help you out with? I could go to Nick and be like, hey, like, man, like, is there anything open with you guys or whatnot? Like, it's all about networking, too. Like, that's the only way that I've gotten any job in sports is through networking, fucking cold LinkedIn, emails, whatever that shit is. Like, that's how you get
Going into my senior year of college, I had an unpaid internship at a very large talent agency, and you think I was going to fucking turn down working at a massive talent agency in New York because I wasn't being paid? I knew I wanted to be in the industry. I knew I wanted to get into media in some capacity. I knew that if I take this internship, the connections, what it looks like on a resume, who I can meet, who I might be able to like leverage from these conversations that I might have over the course of 2 months, what that could do, what the value of that would be. So for everyone that was shitting on it, and for people that are saying like, why would I ever apply if it's unpaid and all these stuff? You just don't want to be in this industry, and that's fine. That's fine. It's not for everyone, but it's not necessarily a knock on the actual opportunity because there are people that want to do it.
I will say we are very fortunate for the fact that we, grew up privileged enough to where we could have a summer where we were unpaid and we were allowed to do work to get our foot in the door. Something like that. That is a very thing that I understand. Very privileged and very blessed to be able to do that. However, like, there's a lot of industries where, like, if I just wanted to go into fucking sales, man, I could just have a job right out of college. It'd be easy, shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, sports is a very niche, hard to get into industry. Once you're in it, you're basically in it for life because the connections that you make in it are golden. But I think it does take a little sacrifice at the start to do it. I don't want to talk about this too long because,
Yeah. And by the way, like, you nailed it on the head. Like, we're definitely have the ability to work unpaid, but I just think regardless of our situations, there are a lot of people that do go through that, and whether it be the sleeping on the couches type role, whether it be like anything else, like
you figure it out.
You figure it out. So shout out to the people that did reach out, did apply, did want to hear more info, and shout out to the people even more that were shitting on it, because that's what's going to separate the person that's inquiring versus not, and the potential success level. So
yeah, exactly. Like, how bad do you want it?
I will say though that there was one great comment.
What?
No editor in the world can edit out the amount of bad takes on the show, comma, mostly by Jack.
I mean,
Great
come on.
comment. Great comment.
What did I do to get singled out like that?
No,
though?
that's a great comment. Though.
Yeah, but I was like, Jesus Christ, man.
Unpaid internship while being forced to work on site, that's not a good offer.
Well, if you go to the University of Miami or FIU, FAU, I mean, even Miami-Dade, like all those are.
Good luck getting a decent editor, not paying. LOL, I was going to apply, but for nothing for the amount of work it'll take is crazy if you're decent at it. I literally, when I was at overtime, was doing something that I was not being paid for. Like,
dude, I've done so many things throughout my full-time salary jobs with benefits that I get not paid to do.
Another good comment. Working with or for Adam sounds insufferable. Ken
super
confirm.
fair. Yeah,
super
no,
fair.
It's been like
Ken
4
confirm.
years for me now.
So yeah, I don't want to. We don't need to keep going over it. But you and I both wanted to talk about it because
but like that second comment you read, if you have that type of mindset, this isn't
the one for you.
opportunity for you. Yeah.
Yep.
Go find something else.
Yep.
We're good. We don't need someone that.
If you don't want to be here, don't be here.
Yeah.
That's it. It's like there's a lot more value, and it's hard to get into sports. So people work hard. People work hard in this industry to get into this industry. It's not all fun and games. So.
Ooh, Cup plans to move quickly. Cooper Cup.
Maybe Cooper Cup goes somewhere.
I just don't give a fuck where he goes.
I do. I 100% do. If Cooper Cup goes to like the Ravens, if he goes to the Packers, if he goes,
Ravens would be good because like wherever he can't be a 1 is fine.
But then like why would you sign D-Hop?
Yeah, but he's not going to go to the Ravens. I don't know where Cooper.
I don't know where Cooper Cup goes. Jags seems very. Jagsy.
That seems very Jagsy. He seems Titansy.
No, but that's because every wide receiver that's washed goes to Tennessee or Baltimore.
Dude, I saw a Baltimore thing.
That.
It was after D-Hop signed with the Ravens. It was like, oh, we know how this ends up, and it was a picture of Dez Bryant and OBJ in Ravens uniforms. I was like, damn, that really is purgatory too. Like,
it
Tennessee.
really is.
We just don't think about him like that because Tennessee's always shit.
All right, where do we want to start?
We can do the winners and losers. I feel like just right off the rip, right?
Yeah, let's
rip.
Talk free agency.
Here are the top 5 winners in NFL free agency so far. I made a little list.
After 1 week?
After 1 week, yeah. 1 week of free agency.
Okay, you made a little list.
Do you want to start 1 or 5?
Checking it twice.
1 or 5?
Gonna find out.
Who's not here? Nice. 1 or 5?
I want to find. Let's start with 1.
Number 1 is
the Bears.
Yeah, it has to be the Chicago Bears. They're doing everything so perfectly right. You know, we were talking about this off camera earlier today. Ben Johnson, what's his plan?
Win.
No. Okay, you said it so well today. You're like,
what
happened to he transferred. What happened to Detroit?
Okay. I know Ben Johnson's going to be an amazing fucking coach in the NFL. You want to know why? Because he is taking what exactly the Detroit Lions had done
to turn it into a contender.
Turn it into a contender, which is have those trenches, solidify those trenches, and help out a young quarterback. Now, granted, the Lions obviously had Jared Goff. But the cornerstone piece, I don't know if anyone has ever seen the video, is when Dan Campbell drafted Penei Sewell, said, you are our cornerstone. You are the guy that's going to set the tone.
Like, not many offensive linemen hear that.
Exactly. Ever. And granted, they went out and traded for and signed in free agency. But the point is, I know Ben Johnson's going to be a good coach because I know he recognizes that we need to build the trenches up.
Like, what's his first move as head coach? I guess he's not the GM, Ryan Poles is, but he's obviously speaks to Ryan Poles like, this is how I want my team constructed. He goes out, trades for a tackle, Jonah Jackson, former Pro Bowler. Next thing, he's like, you know what? That guy in Kansas City, Joe Thuney, he's won 4 Super Bowls with the Patriots in Kansas City. Let's go grab him, probably the best guard in football, if not like second best, third best. And then he goes signs Pro Bowl center, Drew Dahlman. Look at that. Your trenches are shored up now, and now you can go in the draft, get one more offensive lineman. You have a great line.
And Jack, what is one of the hardest positions in the NFL draft to nail?
I would say offensive line.
Offensive line.
Because it's honestly such a fucking crapshoot.
And it doesn't translate as well. The positions that can translate well would be your wide receivers, your tight ends, your skill positions.
How many times have you seen offensive linemen go top 5 and they're not good, like Eric Fisher with the Chiefs?
Eric Fisher was pretty good.
He was okay, like for a couple of years.
I feel like Eric Fisher.
Maybe that's not a good.
I think that's a really bad.
I'm thinking of someone else. Yeah.
I think actually Eric Fisher was like an amazing example.
Wait, maybe that's a.
I think he was all pro.
Yeah, I think he was all pro.
It's like a really bad take.
I was thinking because he was a draft first overall,
2-time Pro Bowler and a Super Bowl champ. All right,
2-time Pro Bowl, so he was like not a first overall pick type of guy.
Yeah.
All right, good take, Jack.
That's fair.
But what they're doing in Chicago right now is, I think, very, very smart. The way they're constructing everything, I think it's build up the trenches. Last year, you did your whole. Oh my God, we're gonna have because they knew the whole offseason.
Well, they're offseason winners 2 years in a row.
Yeah, so they knew last offseason
Hang the banner.
that they were gonna have Caleb Williams the whole time. We didn't know. We were like, oh, is it gonna be Justin? Is it gonna be? They knew it was gonna be Caleb. So what they did was like, let's go out and get Keenan Allen. Let's go get Roma Dunze. Let's go get weapons for this guy. Then they realized, oh fuck, we had to give him time.
Yep.
still had a pretty good rookie campaign. Like, he looked pretty fucking good.
Well, he had flashes. Just help out your young quarterback. Go build the trenches.
Yeah.
You're winning this league in the trenches, period.
And
Done.
now you locked up DJ Moore last year. Congratulations on that. You have a stud there. You got Roma Dunze. Hopefully he can come into his own. Like, him and Caleb have good chemistry. And now it's like, shore up the offensive line a little bit more. Maybe all you do is draft like Membu out of Mizzou. Armand Membu.
Of course.
Do one of those things. Get a running back. DeAndre Swift with a good offensive line was awesome with the Eagles too. I don't even know if you need it.
Draft. By the way, the Bears should not draft Ashton Genty. Like,
there are murmurs of that.
Ashton Genty should not be a Chicago Bear. As sexy as it would be, as fun as
Might
it would
not
be
get
for a
past
fan.
9 anyway because of the Cowboys. But
Well, the Cowboys just got Javonte, which is, dude, the Cowboys are not going to do
sense
it.
to me.
But he should not be a Chicago Bear. Keep building the trenches. Like, keep following the philosophy. The Lions were able to draft Jahmyr Gibbs after they moved on from DeAndre Swift and had the offensive line. They needed an extra weapon. I don't want them to go get Ashton Genty. I don't think it makes sense. You're doing it right.
It would be fun on paper.
It would be fun on paper.
Very fun on paper. But, all right, continue.
I agree with number one. They right now are winning the offseason after 1 week because they showed up the offensive line.
It's just the philosophy. Like, that's, if you're a Bears fan, you've known for years your line's been fucking ass.
Didn't they get someone else?
Too. They got those 3 guys.
They got someone else.
Oh, and they also got Grady Jarrett on the defensive line.
Exactly.
There you go.
Walter Payton, man of the year. Like,
look at that. Like,
unbelievable.
Run stopper right up the middle. That's what you need. Pair him with Montez Sweat. That's a decent defensive line.
Grady Jarrett's great.
Solid. So that was that. I think they've had a great offense.
Trenches.
They've had a great offseason so far. So number 2. So obviously doing the right things. Bears fans have got to be fucking pumped seeing it. Number 2, Washington Commanders. What kind of couldn't get you over the hump a little last year?
Play the Eagles.
It was
the Eagles.
It was just a lack of talent, like a talent deficiency.
It was
Jaden Daniels can only take you so far, right? So let's help him out a little bit.
When an unstoppable force meets an immovable object, that's called the Philadelphia Eagles.
Defense, yeah, Vic Fangio.
Yep.
But anyway, you have this fucking stud, borderline top 5, if not for sure top 5 quarterback in Jaden Daniels. So what are you going to do? You say, you know what? The first moves we're going to do this offseason is let's help out that guy, right? Let's make sure he's even better than last year. We'll get him Deebo Samuel as a wide receiver too, as a fun gadget guy that you can move around the backfield and everything to add with Terry McLaurin's going to open up the field for him. And then you go, you know what? Let's make sure he's really protected too. I know he can run a lot, but let's protect
Laramie
him.
Tunsil.
Unbelievable. Like, those are your first 2
Dolphin
moves
legend.
this offseason. And, Jonathan Allen, solid name, a little bit washed. Get rid of his contract a little bit.
Yeah, but the thing with Laramie Tunsil is very, very similar, right? He was moved because of the contract and probably wanting an extension.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
you're the
next
cat boy.
year. But it's a veteran tackle. It's someone that protects his Jaden Daniels' blind side, and
he's going to be reliable. He's a guy you do not have to worry about on the offensive line.
Well, when he's healthy, yes. So, look, I agree with you. The Commanders, they shored up 2 cornerstone positions, and not really cornerstone, but 2 major positions. A wide receiver 2 to complement Terry McLaurin and a left tackle. Done. They could have even gotten someone else.
Now in the draft, maybe get a late round flyer on some stud running back.
Well, what they're doing is, they're setting themselves up for a BPA, which is what the Eagles do. Honestly, the Eagles are always trying to just take the best player available. The Commanders have done just that. I'm not as high on Debo. I think what would take the Commanders over the top, trade your first round pick for Trey Hendrickson.
Oh yeah, they absolutely need a pass rusher.
Yeah,
like, that'd be. I really like that, but I also think if you're the Commanders, like Deebo Samuel, I think you're going to unlock a little bit with him right now because of how Cliff Kingsbury is going to use him. It's a fresh start. I feel like Deebo just kind of needed that.
Mentally, he was checked out.
He was just checked out. He needs something new. Number 3, the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, fuck, man.
Dude, I'm telling you,
their defense.
Their defense is going to be so good next year.
And you know what they're setting themselves up to as well go out and add a weapon on the offensive side of the ball, whether it be your Luther Burtons, just a wide receiver a tight end.
Like, all right, so their signings right now are Dre Greenlaw, which I'm telling you, now that he's going to be a linebacker 1 on this defense that already has cornerstones in Nick Bonito and Pat Surtain, and oh my God, you add him to be that level, so you had your front line.
Well, it's a risk reward.
Yeah, you had that front line with Bonito. Now you have Dre Greenlaw in the middle, and now you have obviously Surtain in the secondary. Like, you have cornerstone pieces. I'm telling you, Dre Greenlaw is going to be a top 5 linebacker in Denver.
Well,
100%.
You're a little biased, but yeah, he has the potential.
That dude's, he was obviously the linebacker 2 for the Niners. I watched him a lot. That dude has the potential to be one of the best linebackers in football.
Yes, but he's coming off a torn Achilles.
Exactly. That's why he was
risk reward
cheaper. So, but I thought that was a great signing. Talanoa Hufanga.
Yep.
For the safeties.
All pro
a couple years ago. A little bit washed, but still a good signing. He wasn't that expensive. I thought he was solid. That was a good one. And I really like that they got Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram, I think, could be I mean, he's one of the best receiving tight ends in
Yeah,
football.
he's been injured. He's like when he was in
All
New
these
York
guys
and
have
everything,
injury
and then he went to
past,
Jacksonville.
which is a
Yeah,
little bit scary.
exactly. But by the way, that's how the NFL works, right? Their contracts are deflated because of the injury history. So I agree with you. They're setting themselves up to go get another wide receiver to complement Courtland Sutton. I think they're doing the right thing.
This defense is absolutely fucking nasty. You don't have to add anyone else on defense.
Right.
Now. Maybe BPA if you want
They've
to
had a good,
later in the rounds in the draft, but like what they're setting themselves up to do, I think, is get a wide receiver and running back in rounds 1 and 2. That's what you're looking to do. And whether it's a Luther Burden, whether that's that kid from UNC.
listening. Yes.
Who's that?
Omarion Thompson?
Omarion. I don't think it's Thompson.
Omarion.
What's his name? Fuck, he's not a UNC football guy.
Omarion.
Yeah.
Omarion Hampton.
Omarion Hampton. He's very, very good. So if you could draft him or a Luther Burden or both those guys, maybe you can even get like a fucking, I don't know. There's gonna be guys that fall.
Yep.
No doubt. So I think their offense is literally a running back and another wide receiver away, and their defense, as we know, is already there. So
I like that. They've had a good offseason.
Number 4.
Good first week, I would say.
Yeah. Number 4, the Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, dude.
You know what?
Fuck.
You said, you know what? Hey, JJ McCarthy, this is your team, buddy. And I like the confidence in that, first of all. But I'm saying the signings that they had, too. When you get Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave up the middle, give Brian Flores 2 more weapons.
And
on
they got
defense
the
that.
guard from Indianapolis.
Yeah. What's his name?
Will Fries. Is it Fries or Freeze? Fries feel too
help
easy.
the offensive line a little bit.
But is it Fries or Freeze? Fries feels too
say
weird.
Freeze.
Freeze feels weird.
Yeah, both feel weird.
But it's spelled Fries.
Freeze.
Will Free? Will Free.
I don't know. But
Will.
I like
They got Will.
Very much not flashy offseason right now for the Vikings. But I think they're doing everything the right way. Fucking, I'm telling you, if Kevin O'Connell could do what the fuck he did with Sam Darnold, then I have no doubts about the fact that he's going to make J.J. McCarthy a stud as well. They spent a top 10 pick on that guy for a reason. Let's give him the keys to the fucking car and let him drive.
Let's put Cooper Kupp on that team and see what the fuck happens. I don't know why.
Don't hate that as a possession guy because Jordan Addison's not really that. He's more a speedy boy.
That's not going to happen.
No, it wouldn't happen. But
all right, good.
I like that they got their other 2 quarterbacks out of there and said, you know what, JJ, this is your team. And number 5, sneaky, really good offseason, and this might be a little controversial a bit, just depending how you look at it. I think the Colts have had a really good offseason.
Yuck. Haven't even listened to what they're doing.
Yeah, I know, I'm telling you, it's a little disgusting, but what they've done is good. All right, so last year they had a bottom 5, bottom 5 pass defense in the league.
Research.
They couldn't stop a fucking nosebleed.
No, they couldn't.
And you know what you do? You go out and get Charvarius Ward, who I know very well.
Yes, you do.
Top 5 corner in the league, in my humble opinion.
In your very humble opinion.
He's the top 10 corner. He's really fucking good. To add alongside Kenny Moore, who's already a solid player, and then you go out and you get Cam Bynum as well.
Yes, you do.
Turnover machine.
Yes.
From Minnesota last year.
Dancing machine.
Also, very fun locker room guy.
Yep.
Right?
Culture setter.
I like that for their defense a lot. It already has a couple pieces. You got DeForest Buckner there. They got that dude they drafted last year, Latu. Cameron Latu.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know how to say his name.
No, the edge from UCLA.
UCLA. I just have no idea.
No, I see him. I don't know
what I'm
the
talking
name.
about.
Yeah, I just don't know
Good
the
ball
name.
players.
Yep.
So their defense is going to look a lot better. I mean, their offense we saw last year can put up points, like with Joe fucking Flacco. So you got guys there. You got Michael Pittman. You got Jonathan Taylor. You got Alec Pierce looked pretty good last year. Like you got guys in that offense
But who's the quarterback?
It's going to be either Anthony Richardson or Daniel Jones.
Giving $14 million to Daniel Jones with $2 million in incentives is ridiculous.
So I wrote this down because I wanted to articulate this the way that I wanted to. So I didn't like that they gave him that money. I thought that was crazy. However, I think Daniel Jones is a really good signing to just really test and push A. Rich. Like, hey, don't get complacent here. This might not be your team as the quarterback. Fucking show us something. Like, you haven't played good whenever you've played for us the last 2 years when you're not injured. So we signed a dude that might not be the best guy in the ever, but he's arguably the best backup in football, right? So how about you bust your fucking ass and show us why you're the future quarterback for us?
So
I think weirdly bringing in Daniel Jones can motivate A. Rich to become better.
So I don't know if he's the best backup. Let's start there.
I mean, there's like, Mac Jones, Josh Dobbs.
Yeah,
Zach Wilson.
Thank you.
Hey,
I appreciate that. Didn't expect that. That was not even where I was going with it. I don't know if Daniel Jones is the best backup. Let's just start there. However,
he's top 5 backup quarterback in football.
What I don't understand is why would you give the $14 million? That's a lot of money to a backup quarterback. So you're essentially saying like
he could start.
You could start.
Yeah.
Which to me, as we go back to the Ben Johnson conundrum that we were discussing, is an indication that the Colts don't know what the fuck they're doing at quarterback.
Because they have no idea.
They have absolutely no idea, and they're panicking, and they're trying to save themselves. So what I don't understand is go all in, whether that be in the trenches. Like, I mean, you have a Josh Downs, you have a Michael Pittman, so you have your skill positions, you have a JT, like, so you want to bolster the defense side ball, which, like, I guess is your point. But what I don't understand is Daniel Jones getting the money that he did. So hopefully they have a plan, but it doesn't feel like they do.
Yeah.
$14 million is a lot for a backup quarterback.
This would technically be like A-Rich's second year in the league, so maybe it's a second year. You know what I mean? Because he's been hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's one of those, like, all right, let's see.
I believe in A-Rich.
I believe he has the talent to get there. I really don't know.
Stop making him run so much. I know that's what he does, like, at the highest of levels.
Okay, that game against the Patriots, when he was just running motherfuckers over, you knew he was going to run someone over.
Yeah, but,
like,
dude, this is a throwing league. Like,
I know.
This guy hasn't played enough games.
However, fun player. Honorable mention was the Rams. I feel like because they were already really good, and outside of Devontae, they haven't really done anything. Poona Ford, though, good signing for the
fun
defense.
signing.
They listened to London Tipped and Brenda Song say that they need run stoppers, so they signed Poona Ford.
Yeah,
thought that was smart. I said Sam Darnold also a winner, just $100-something million for him.
Yeah, good for him.
Good job, congrats. And then random semi-shitty offensive linemen, like getting a lot of money. They're all getting a lot of money.
Oh, the honorable mention is random shitty
semi-shitty offensive linemen.
Got it.
Like Aaron Banks. Yeah. There's a dude from the Steelers who was fucking ass that got
James
signed.
Daniels?
Nope.
That was good because Dolphins.
I remember Frank Michael Smith made a video about him, and I was like, wow.
He didn't talk about James Daniels.
Yeah. But yeah, those are my honorable mentions. I feel like the Rams. It's just all they got was Devontae.
Congrats to those teams. Congrats to those teams. You had yourselves a good week.
Fun stuff.
Now let's talk about the teams with a bad week.
I have a feeling my team is mentioned at the top of the list.
Here are the top 5 losers through 1 week of NFL free agency. All right?
Rip the Band-Aid off, Niners.
Rip the Band-Aid off. Number 1, biggest loser, biggest fuckface, Jack.
San Francisco 49ers.
No, it's 49ers fans.
Whoa. Okay, you went like this with it.
It's 49ers fans. Okay? You guys lost 6 guys that you are attached to.
We love them.
You love them.
And Jake Moody's still on the roster.
Exhibit A. I don't know what Exhibit A.
Why is Jake Moody on the roster?
That's why you're number 1.
Fuck.
I also think why you're a huge loser is the fact that Kyle Shanahan went out and signed Mac Jones, who is who he wanted.
That's who he wanted.
When you drafted Trey Lance.
You have Brock Purdy. Fucking pay Brock.
Is literally signifying, well, hey, if Brock doesn't work out, I liked this guy. That's fucked up.
This is R-worded. I'm not gonna say it, but like, god damn.
BS. The big BS. Also, lastly, if you want to get into specifics, Ayuk might be on the trade block. You signed Luke Farrell, like
if we
tight end.
If we trade Ayuk, I'm committing the big S.
Yeah, the BS.
Yeah,
so yeah, biggest loser, Jack.
Just Jack, or is it
well,
Jack
I wrote Jack.
But 49ers fans.
And 49ers fans.
Yeah.
Number 2.
Fuck, dude, I hate my life right now.
Well, snap back into it. Number 2.
All right.
It's another fan.
Adam.
Nah. It's New York Giants fans.
Oh, you're getting fucking teased by Aaron Rodgers the whole time.
And you're being like,
but
just
then
take a step back.
If you get him, it's still not good.
That's my point. At one point, you were like, oh my God, we might get Matthew Stafford. We just got his brother-in-law. His brother-in-law is now on the staff.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we might get oh my God, Matthew Stafford.
That I would be excited about, but also you need to get younger.
And what does Matthew Stafford do?
Extension.
I'm good. I'm going to stay here. Don't worry about it. Okay, good. Fine, though. We might get
Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams.
He already has a crib in New Jersey.
He's already there. He'll bring along his boy Devontae. Capsaw said Malik Neighbors and Devontae Adams will be the best wide receiver too.
And then Devontae goes to the quarterback you thought you were going to get in LA. And now Aaron Rodgers is saying he's going to go to the Steelers or you guys.
So now you're just being dangled by potentially getting Aaron Rodgers.
You talk about the biggest blue balls ever, whatever's going to happen.
And then the last part about it is there was a report that came out, which probably comes from agents, saying that players don't want to be under Joe Shane as the GM. Like, they don't want to go there.
Well, because you know that if you're really good, he's going to be like, fuck you, I'm good.
So, yeah, I would just hate dealing with Aaron Rodgers. The fact that he is the guy that is holding the cards to your future. You're losing, and I'm sorry.
Because if you don't get him, what do you do at quarterback? If you do get him, he probably doesn't move the needle much.
Yeah, you're like, I don't want to root for this guy.
Dude, their only quarterback under contract right now is Tommy DeVito.
Well, yeah, and he flies Spirit.
Yeah, the big seat, though. He was in the big seat on both of our flights. So.
Number 3. Jack, you want to guess?
Is it the pork pie?
CJ Stroud.
Oh,
CJ Stroud is a fucking loser this free agency. He was sacked 52 times last season.
And he loses his best
5-2.
offensive lineman.
He lost 2 offensive linemen. Arguably
he
his
lost
second
2 of
best.
them
He
too?
lost Kenyon Green as well
Oh
to
my
the Eagles.
God. Yeah,
you
you're
trade away
right.
Laramie Tunsil. You trade away Kenyon Green. We said it early in the episode. It is arguably the hardest position to hit on. Obviously, it's not the hardest because it can go any which way. It's one of the hardest positions to hit on. Is an offensive lineman in the draft.
CJ Stroud's regression last year was literally strictly based off of this motherfucker got no time to throw.
Exactly.
So
you're banking on the draft to improve, and frankly, if they don't nail the offensive line, they are just going to continue to regress, and they're not improving. There are no Super Bowl aspirations right now with this offensive line.
Your franchise quarterback.
So yeah, I feel for CJ Stroud. I feel
Texans
for him because it was fun. Everyone's put him in the top 5, and you can't put him in the top 5 anymore with how he played, and that's because of the offensive line.
Because he has a second to throw the ball.
Number 4.
Yeah.
Me.
Just you. You're a fucking loser.
Dolphins fans.
Okay.
Me.
I thought you were just gonna say are you good in general?
I'll be honest, I don't know what I was expecting. I really don't. I don't know what I was expecting, and you know what we got? You know what the first one was?
Zach
Wilson.
Yup. No funner.
Why did we give him more guaranteed money than guys like Mac fucking Jones and other quarterbacks?
Oh, he got more money?
He got more money. What has he
Mac
shown
Jones
you?
actually at least had one good year in the league.
We signed a reclamation project. When Tua went down, what did we have come in? Another reclamation project in Skylar Thompson. Not even a reclamation project. Just a fucking kindergarten project.
Yeah, and then you have, who was the other guy that came in for you guys?
Tyler Huntley. And he's got a huge gap in his teeth.
Pro Bowler.
Of course.
Pro Bowler.
We got to have him see a dentist. But I'm just saying, Zach Wilson has been like our major signing. Yes, we got Nick Westbrook-Akine. We got some offensive linemen.
That's a sneaky good signing.
If you want to
good red zone target.
If you want to talk specifics, we got James Daniels, who outside of tearing his Achilles is not bad from the Steelers, but he tore his Achilles last year.
Nick Westbrook-Akine though. I like him in the end zone for you guys.
Caught a touchdown every 3 to 4 passes. Yep. Every 3 to 4 receptions, I should say.
Throw him in the red zone. Anyway, but Zach Wilson.
But no, we're a fucking loser because
he's a good backup,
we're going to go into the draft doing something that we've always done, which is draft another corner or another DB in the first round. That probably won't pan out because Chris Greer fucking blows.
What about Cater Kohu, though?
It's a good name, Darth Cater. But still, I'm a fucking loser. Dolphins fans are losers.
You still got
Chris Greer sucks.
Right?
Yeah, but he wasn't as good.
He's just there.
We're old. Yeah. I wanted to. If we traded Tyreek, I would have said potential winner. Move on. Tua also being a quarterback that is fragile. You're saying you're relying on Zach Wilson. I want a Joe Flacco. I want a Jameis. I want a gunslinger. Someone with the mentality of
Jameis Winston
let's
will
go
give you
just
one
throw
good
the ball.
Game. He'll give you a good game.
But Jameis do with Tyreek will just chuck it downfield. That's what you need. Someone that keeps the vibes high, keeps the morale up. Zach Wilson's going to keep the vibes down potentially.
I don't know. I feel like he's chills, hangs out now.
I don't know, man. I'm a loser.
I didn't hear much of him last year besides when he was talking it was him, Jared Stidham, and Bo Nix on TikTok with their girlfriends. Oh, what's this thing? It's a makeup thingy.
Yep.
That's the only reason.
That's all I know.
I listened to Zach Wilson last year. Yeah.
But hey, good luck, Zach.
That's all I heard of him.
So yeah, I'm a loser. Number 5. You want to guess the 5th and final loser of Week 1 of NFL free agency?
Raiders. Cowboys. Yeah, they didn't do fuck all.
And I was gonna say Cowboys.
They finally
paid
someone though, but it was a shitty corner.
Yeah, but I was gonna say Cowboys fans, but enough of the fans. It's just everything. You know what? No. Number 5, Dallas.
Oh, yeah, because you got this on top of
Luka. Did you see what CeeDee Lamb said?
Oh, no.
CeeDee Lamb was with Neon, and Neon asked him about the Luka trade, and CeeDee said that when Luka got traded, it took the air out of the city of Dallas.
Yeah.
So now you had Luka going somewhere, and now
AD's hurt and Kyrie's out for the year.
And yet still you have, since 2016 or 2018,
Jerry Jones.
Haven't paid someone more than $5 million in money,
and it was a abuser, Greg Hardy, just a bad person.
Oh, excuse me. The Cowboys have not signed a free agent for over $6 million since Greg Hardy in 2015. That's what it was.
But I think they finally signed a guy to a decent amount this year. And it was some guy that was pretty shit.
Well, fuck it. It hurts my argument if so. They got Kenneth Murray. I liked Kenneth Murray in Tennessee. He was pretty good. But
dude, I'm be real.
You got Javonte Williams. Just draft a running back. Javon, what has Javonte shown you?
Always
go get Cooper Kupp. It's right there in front of you. Go get him.
You know what I'll always remember? Just rookie year Javonte Williams. Man.
Special. UNC Javonte.
It was unbelievable, man.
But seriously, then DeMarcus Lawrence goes, and CeeDee Lamb was pissed.
And also, DeMarcus Lawrence is going to be way too expensive for a guy that hasn't been
okay, but and then they restructured CeeDee and Dak's deal, right? You restructure a deal to free up cap space in the short term. You haven't done anything in the short term. At some point, it's not like you just keep the money. At some point, the money has to be spent.
Maybe they'll draft Ashton Genty and then give him a huge deal as soon as they draft him, because that would be something Jerry Jones
Or maybe
would do.
you have a Micah deal impending, or trade Micah and get picks. Like, what is the direction? I feel for the city of Dallas. You lose Luka, and you still have Jerry Jones alive.
The Dallas Stars traded for someone that was pretty good recently, though. Hockey. I don't remember who, but
that
he's
hurts.
pretty good. Yeah.
So, yeah, those are the losers.
Oh, and then another thing with Dallas, too, the Texas Rangers baseball. Do you see those hats they put out recently?
Oh,
the
yeah.
Tetas?
No, I didn't see that. I saw the Angels.
Yeah, so it was like
The Angels.
Texas with a T over it, but instead of the X, it was a T, so it was like Tetas, which
That's
is Spanish for titties.
Kind of a winner.
Kind of funny.
Kind of fun.
Kind of funny. They're selling them for like $1,000 on eBay right now. Fun fact.
So I did see it. I didn't even. It didn't
Yeah.
Didn't
No,
even
like
register.
I saw some guy who goes, got my Tetas hat in today.
Oh,
in the
I didn't
mail.
even. I
was
fully
holy
saw it. I was like,
fuck.
why are these going for $1,000?
Dude,
I didn't even.
they only sold like 10 of them before they pulled them.
Oh,
but once
that's
you
great.
sold them, it's like Fanatics or MLB Shop, whatever, had like an automatic, like they just push
Yeah.
them out. So like a few people got them.
So Dallas is the city of Dallas is my fifth and final loser, and those are the biggest losers of week 1.
Yeah.
Thoughts? Good.
I'm rightfully so number one. I
Yeah.
I
I feel for you guys.
I
but
appreciate you
I
putting
feel
me
for
there.
you, not just, because the team clearly has a direction. They want to get younger and they want to
Yeah.
move off of guys. But when it comes to the fandom, you guys had so much emotional stake in the team of the last couple of years. And I'm afraid, you lose George Kittle, I don't know what the fuck Jack does.
I don't know what I would do. Like, that would be sad. Well, it's just like, at some point, you're going to have to move on from all these guys, right?
Yeah.
But right now, I understand why we're doing it, to get younger and get rid of these like third contract type of guys or second contract after an injury type of thing. It makes sense. It's sad.
It's sad.
Yeah.
What should we do next?
I have stuff written down. Let's see.
I have my post week 1 of free agency power
Yeah, I
rankings.
feel like that kind of flows pretty well with this. Let's
Okay.
see.
Well, I guess I've become a power rankings merchant here on the
Yeah,
pod.
a little bit. This is your thing.
So what happened? Now I just get notifications from Rap Sheet. So here we go.
All right.
Post week 1 top 10 power rankings.
I like that. Well, post
Post week 1 of free agency top 10 power rankings. Still doesn't feel like it works.
All right. Here are the top teams in the NFL. Top 10. Yeah, the top 10 teams in the NFL.
Hold on.
That's what you guys
Yeah,
say.
right. Here are the top 10 teams in the NFL after the first week of free agency, all right?
Bang.
Bang. You
was
like that
good.
one? That was a good one.
That was good.
Fucked up the first 2, but that's a
Yep,
good
that
one.
one. See, that's how you do it.
How about we start 1?
Yeah.
Because you know 1.
Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah. Let's just move on.
2.
Wait. Actually, you don't care that they lost all those guys, like
No.
on defense?
They're the Eagles. Do you know how many picks they've
mean,
gotten? Do you know how many picks? Hold on.
Dude, last year they got Cooper DeJean and
I'm going to mess this number up by plus or minus 2 on either end. But the Eagles in the next 2 years have 17 draft picks in the first 4 rounds.
holy fuck, in the first 4?
In the first 4.
Jesus
I heard
Lord.
that Schefter said that stat on McAfee.
You're gonna give
That was insane.
Howie Roseman that many chances to hit?
Because of compensatory picks.
Or you know what he's gonna do? Let's trade a few for a stud.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's the when Milton leaves, when the Josh Sweat leaves, like those guys, like he knows
The
exactly
only
what
ones
he's
I was
doing.
a little bit concerned about was Josh Sweat and
they got to pick. And Milton.
Well, but who's gonna? I guess they'll find an edge rusher.
Dude,
probably.
they'll be fine.
Yeah.
They'll be so fine.
Yeah.
Number 2. I was like low on them, but just like I loved this addition. The Detroit Lions.
Okay.
I love DJ Reed.
Yeah, I think that was a good signing.
I was like, you wanted DJ Reed to go to the Niners?
That was the one I really wanted because he's a stud.
Carlton Davis goes out, DJ Reed goes in. And yes, you lost Ben Johnson, you lost Aaron Glenn. Who the fuck knows? But just seeing that, corner is such an important position in the NFL.
Because we have no idea
I
what
love
the
that
other
addition.
assistants are going to be for them.
Yeah.
So we just got to assume that they're still going to be same.
Yeah,
But
so I love that addition. Number 3, the Minnesota Vikings. You add Javon
Adam
Hargrave, you add Jonathan Allen, you get Will Fries, whatever the fuck it is.
Freese.
You get Will. And you short the interior offensive line.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck JJ's going to be, but I can guarantee you one thing. JJ's going to be pretty close to Darnold, in my opinion. If Darnold was able to do that with Kevin O'Connell, I'm willing to bet.
I would
Friend of
assume-
the pod, Kevin O'Connell, likes JJ
I'm
McCarthy
assuming
enough.
there's a reason they've said, you know what, get everyone else out of here. It's JJ's team.
Exactly.
I love that.
So I'm trusting it. So 3, the Vikings.
Seems high.
4, it seems high?
Yeah, I still think I would put the Chiefs over the Chiefs.
Well, 4 is the Chiefs.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't hit.
It's just the Chiefs, Adam.
I know.
All that matters is it's the Kansas City Chiefs.
They got Jalen Moore. What are your thoughts on him? He was a Niner.
Hey, he's all right.
Okay, see,
Replaceable.
exactly. They're 4.
Yeah, but you know what they did this offseason?
But they lost-
a big offseason acquisition. Rashee Rice is going to be healthy next year.
But they lost Joe Tooney.
That's actually big. That is big.
Number 5, the Commanders. Laremy Tunsil, Debo
Like it,
Samuel.
like it, like it, yep.
Right? And I hope they go out and get Trey Hendrickson. They might, right? This is just through 1 week, so you never know.
But let's get
Things
Trey
can change.
Hendrickson.
But let's get Trey Hendrickson in there.
That'd
Let's
be
see
fun.
it. 6, the Bills. I actually sneakily like what they've done. I would put them higher if they got a real wide receiver. Josh Palmer was their acquisition. But
I think it could be a good 2, but like they still don't have a 1.
Yeah, and like, look, you got Joey Bosa, but Joey hasn't been able to stay healthy. You have Vaughn, who hasn't been able to stay healthy, who's gone
Joey
now.
Bosa, Von Miller was, yeah.
Well, Vaughn's gone, and so then you replace him almost with the Joey. Yes, you got Larry Ogunjobi
yeah.
from the Steelers.
Ogunjobi,
Yeah,
yes.
good tackle, stuffed the run. They couldn't stop fucking the run. So, yeah, I like what the Bills have done. I like the Bills. But I think they still need a real wide receiver.
Anytime you got Josh Allen, you're going to be top 10 too.
Exactly. 7, the Ravens. I just like the D-Hop addition.
Well, because I like that the pressure's not on D-Hop to be a 1. When he went to the Chiefs, I think there's a lot more pressure on him to be that alpha
And he had
1
like
guy.
a few good games.
Yeah, he had a couple good games. Like now with the Ravens, it's like, all right, you're going to have Mark Andrews and Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman draw attention away. I think you could actually end up being pretty productive.
Yeah,
there.
you just need a possession guy.
Yeah. I mean, didn't he go like years without dropping a football or something?
Yeah,
like that?
but
Do you
like
have
I
that?
don't buy those stats. Like, how do you because then what? Like, what if it ball's like here, and then are you saying that that's on the quarterback? Like, how do you
I don't
calculate
know.
that?
I don't know.
Number 8, the Rams.
Sure.
The addition of Devontae Adams, like, because Cooper Kupp, like,
Replacing Cooper Kupp with Devontae Adams.
you were very close to beating the Rams. I mean, you're very close to beating the Eagles, and having Devontae, who I still think can produce like a top 5 wide receiver, replace Cooper Kupp,
their defense
and how he's going to be able to flow. Like, he is going to take targets away from Puka Nacua, 1,000%.
And well, that and I feel
love
like the
the
defense is only going to get better.
Yes.
And Puna Ford's actually a very
And
good
Quinton
addition
Lake,
to them.
friend of the pod, might be
Yeah.
the best safety in football.
Yeah,
Well, friend
Sure.
of the pod, and friend of the pod,
Sure.
friend
Yeah,
of the pod.
Quinton, sure.
Number 9. I felt weird about putting this team here, but they haven't lost really anyone yet. The Bengals.
Defense still fucking ass.
It's just still fucking ass.
And it's still such an ass defense.
It's
I wouldn't
so
put them top
bad,
10.
But
You can't.
I just
They haven't lost anyone yet, but
you still have Joe Jamar.
But what are they going to
and
do
Key.
on defense?
I don't know.
Oh, no. You know who they lost was Hubbard retired.
Yeah.
He was good.
Yeah.
Chase Hubbard was good.
Didn't really do anything.
He was a good DN. Good DN.
What'd you say his name was?
Chase Hubbard.
I don't think his name's Chase.
What's his name? Hubbard?
Sam.
Sam Hubbard. Why am I thinking Chase Hubbard?
Just goes to show how good he was.
Yeah, fuck. Dude,
Bengals
I'm
at
tired,
9.
too.
All right. You still have Joe. You still have Chase Brown. You still have Jamar. You still have T. Trey's still on the roster. Yes, the defense is ass, but I still think we forget what we forget what the Bengals can do. All right.
We don't. That's the thing we do with the Bengals every year is that we do remember what they can do,
They
but
go
they
on a
don't
run
get
at
there.
some point.
But they don't get there.
All right. Number 10.
I don't know.
You want to guess?
No.
The Denver Broncos.
I would put them above the Bengals actually.
I'm taking the Bengals in a shootout. I'll take them.
They had that last year.
Exactly.
Late in the year, but
Love what the
with
Broncos
additions
did.
the Broncos have done.
Getting Evan Ingram, adding pieces on the defense side of the ball. Dre Greenlaw, Talanoa Hufanga. You have the Pat Surtains. You have Nick Bonito. You're going to go out and get a wide receiver. I think the Broncos are nailing it. So they're a top 10 team right now.
I loved it. I really hope they get a stud wide receiver in the draft because this could be fun.
It would be fun.
Yeah.
It'd be fun.
Because then second round you can get some.
And that's a top 10 through 1 week of free agency.
That's fun.
Thank
That's
you.
good. I like
Thank
that.
you.
No, honestly, no qualms.
No qualms?
Yeah, where'd you put the Niners right now if you had to get through it? Low.
Pretty mid.
Like 16?
Pretty mid, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not excited for this year.
By the way, I would do the same with the Dolphins. Like,
Yeah.
it's-
We should talk about what the Bears and Commanders are doing.
Dude.
We did a little bit. But like
I don't even know how you tee it up.
I think the Bears and Commanders are perfect examples of how to build from the ground up, like just completely rebuild fairly quickly.
Well-
And granted, the Bears went 4-13 last year.
Yeah, I was going to say, you forget, though, how...
But I don't give a fuck. They're going to win a
Well,
lot
you
of
forget
games
what
this
they
year.
had to suffer
Yes.
through. Like Dan Snyder, then selling the team,
Well,
you
that's
get
the
new
Commanders,
ownership. Like, and then with the Bears, on the other hand, like, they got very, very lucky with...
With Bryce Young not being that good his rookie year and the Panthers being the worst team in football, and then you can get Caleb Williams.
And then you get Caleb, and then, like, yes, you have DJ, who's excellent, and then you have Rome. You don't need Keenan Allen, but then you go out and get offensive linemen. So, yeah, I just think it's funny to me how the 1 and 2 worst teams in the NFL last year, 2 years ago, I would say, are now 2 of the teams that are, like, doing it right. Like, every team is trying to mimic what they're doing. The Commanders, getting the Laremy Tunsils, getting the Debos, trying to go all in some ways.
Hitting on your quarterback is
It's
a huge,
massive. You have to hit on the quarterback. But even if you don't hit on the quarterback to the extent of a Jaden Daniels season, right?
Yeah.
Let's take Caleb Williams, for example.
Where he shows flashes like, damn, if we can just protect him, I think he could be really good.
Stick to those little small elements. Yep. Build the trenches. Get some talent around him. Like, look at the Zach Wilsons. Look at the Sam Darnolds when they went to New York. Like, they jump ship. So many teams jump ship way too quickly. A la the Colts. Anthony Richardson, you drafted him knowing he had only started like 17 games at the position since high school. Yes. Yeah. So what are you going to do? You go out and get a Daniel Jones. You start Joe Flacco. You go in and out. You don't know what you're doing. You don't have a direction. So it's a perfect example of what to do and what not to do. The Colts versus the Commanders versus the Bears. And that's why those two teams, everyone is saying that they're doing it right. Everyone is saying that these teams can actually make some sort of jump in their own capacity. And it's why a team like the Colts, people aren't talking about as much because they just feel like they lack an identity.
I don't have any idea what they're doing. But like, the way that the Bears and Commanders, like, the Bears obviously are saying, we're going to fortify the trenches right now. We're going to shore up that offensive line. And then the Commanders go, we have this stud rookie quarterback. Thank God we hit on him. Let's get him some help.
Yep.
One offensive lineman and another wide receiver.
Yep.
And
they're probably not done.
I don't think they're even close to
I also think they're setting themselves up again to go BPA in the draft.
Yeah.
And the best teams in the NFL usually set themselves up to go BPA, not position of need. Because that's just the way it is.
Dude, like
the best teams will develop.
Their first two picks were fucking corners last year, and they already had corners.
Yep.
They're just like, fucking
They had, and by the way, they just traded C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Darius Slay. And yes, they were older and different, but they went Cooper DeJean. They got Quinyon Mitchell.
And they both hit.
You've got they drafted Jordan Davises. They drafted the Nakobe Deans when he fell, right? They're getting these guys, Jalen Carter when he fell. Like, they're getting guys that, like, best player available. Fuck it. I don't care what's happening. Like, just let me figure it out. So I think it is I just got a notification.
What'd you get?
Harrison Bryant. Doesn't matter. So yeah, I think it is very funny to see two of the worst teams in the NFL 2 years ago be two of the best, most talked about teams in the NFL right now because they're doing it right. That to me is very funny.
Yeah, I think it's good. I like to see it. Last thing I want to talk about is I think this year has been the funniest quarterback carousel I've ever seen.
It has been.
It's so weird.
It's been weird.
It starts off with Geno Smith was traded to the Raiders, right?
Why?
Weird move. Really weird move.
You want to go back to Pete Carroll that badly?
Yeah, and then Sam Darnold goes to the Seahawks to replace him. A weird signing by the Seahawks.
Very weird.
Don't really understand that much after your top two weapons just go.
Yeah.
Or maybe Lockett's
just like accept the full tank.
Yeah, but then Darnold's backup, Daniel Jones, signs with the Colts to create like the worst quarterback competition we've ever seen.
Well, I like A-Rich, but sure.
But it's not a good one.
Okay.
It's not a fun one.
Sure.
Don't understand that. And then the Jets are like, we'll just take a flyer on Justin Fields.
No, I like that one.
I think it's fun.
That's fun.
But it's fun, like funny fun. Same thing. Like
Justin Fields doesn't scream.
Give it a shot. Let's give him a shot.
Justin Fields doesn't scream green jersey to me. I don't know why.
Because he was red and then like blue and the orange and stuff in college and the pros and then yellow at Steelers.
Yeah, it's weird.
So it's a different color. But they go, which is really fun, Justin Fields, because they're inherently going to release Aaron Rodgers, who's like maybe going to the Steelers or the Giants. Why are the Giants involved in this?
Which would he look worse in?
I think the Steelers would look really weird.
In Aaron Rodgers?
I think he would look really weird in the Steelers.
He doesn't feel as gritty.
And for some reason, just like a plain blue, boring uniform
feels Aaron Rodgers.
Okay for him at this point. But like, I don't know why the Giants are in that, but like because of all that, Russell Wilson, he might go to the Browns. You see that?
Dude.
Who the Browns, who just traded for Kenny Pickett.
What the fuck?
What are the Browns doing? But they also might draft Cam Ward.
What the fuck?
So what are we
doing?
What are we doing in Cleveland? But
Talk
then
about
you also
directionless.
and then you also have the R word on contract.
Yeah. What are you doing?
What are we gonna do?
Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, Kenny Pickett, Cam Ward. That's your quarterback room.
I mean,
I don't even know why Russell Wilson's taking a visit. Does that mean they're going to go Abdul Carter? Like, you just signed Myles Garrett.
You would think maybe at that point, but like that would be the dumbest thing ever if they don't go quarterback.
Dude. Yeah.
I think the Browns clearly are a shit show. Don't know what they're doing, but it's objectively hilarious to think of that quarterback room.
It is.
And then the Niners yesterday signed Mac Jones.
Fun.
That's the guy that Kyle Shanahan wanted all along instead of Trey Lance.
Fun.
So is this okay? Mac Jones could start for the Niners, or he's just a good backup. Like, are we going to extend Brock, or are they saying, you know what? No, Mac Jones this is the guy that Kyle wanted.
I think this is maybe not a competition 1-to-1, but if it doesn't work out with Brock, if we don't get a contract extension done, I am confident enough in Mac because this is who I wanted.
Years ago.
Yeah.
Fuck. And then just Zach Wilson going to the land of the MILFs in Miami. And
Fun.
That's funny.
It's horrible,
That's
but
hilarious.
fun.
It's just funny.
It's funny.
It's objectively hilarious.
It is funny.
So, yeah, the quarterback carousel's weird. I'm sure I missed a couple, like Josh Dobbs went somewhere. I forget where he went.
No idea.
I think he went to the Patriots. Sound right?
Great. Good for him.
Jacoby Brissett went somewhere too. But funny quarterback carousel this year.
Weird.
Really
also, like
weird.
the name, like it's gonna get even weirder when Aaron Rodgers goes to like the Giants or the Steelers,
And then Russell Wilson. God, I hope he goes to the Browns because that'd be so
or
funny.
he goes to the Giants, like of all places.
Oh, dude, yuck. Like, at that point, just go rookies.
Yeah,
If
it's
you're those
weird.
teams.
Just accept it.
Yeah.
But then you can't
And
because
then
the
you're gonna
GMs.
then you're gonna have Shador somewhere. He's gonna go somewhere.
Is he gonna go to the Giants?
I don't know where he's gonna go. I
Dude,
have no idea.
what is happening in the NFL?
Bro, I don't get it.
No one knows besides I think the Titans what they're doing.
Yeah, the Titans, I think, are probably just gonna go Abdul Carter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just go the best player. Yep, sounds good. Like,
Is he the best player in this draft?
Travis Hunter is, but I feel like Abdul Carter is probably gonna be the best pro.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. Edge is hard to translate.
but I feel like all the top picks that
The
are
top-
edges
the top
always
do
hit.
well, the top
like,
do well. Yeah,
like
I agree.
a Miles Garrett, like he's a freak. He'll be good. Nick Bosa, he'll be good.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
guys
yeah.
like that, they
Yep.
go super high.
No, I agree with that. All right. Hey,
That was fun. I,
feel
think
like
that was sneaky long. I think.
was it?
Let me see.
No, you don't have to get up. Okay.
Sneaky 51 minutes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I want to go.
Yeah. Sneaky
All right.
51. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if Pat will be back on Monday,
he should be.
Tuesday, but Monday we
He should be
record.
back.
Hopefully we get some Aaron Rodgers news. Hopefully you're not one of those people that want to shit on us for saying we're hiring an intern, even though we're looking for an intern. Semantics.
Looking for an unpaid intern.
I hope everyone has an amazing weekend. What about you, Jack? I'm running 20 miles tomorrow.
Ooh,
That's gonna be the new
dad's in
PR.
town. We're gonna be
Fun.
golfing. And then be in Fort Lauderdale.
Nice.
At night. I don't know what to do. He just went on spring break.
You should go to Greek Isles.
Greek Isles.
Well, it's going to be huge. It's the best Greek restaurant in the world.
If you have recommendations that
I
are
do.
not going to be spring break traps, just tell me.
Everything will. But
Fuck.
It's,
Because he went on spring break at college to Elbow Room and he wants to go back. I was like, bro,
No,
we get one
don't
beer
go there.
It's going to be a shit show.
don't go there.
Just, yeah.
Definitely
You
don't
let
go
me know.
there. But yeah, so my PR is coming up tomorrow.
That's crazy. 20
Marathon.
miles.
Hey, we're coming up on 8 weeks, man. 9 weeks.
Insane, bro.
April 12th, I start sleeping in an oxygenated tent.
Are you going to sleep away from the wife?
No, so they had two options. The first option was to put a tent in another
Like a guest
bedroom
room?
with a generator that is essentially every single day 500 feet higher. Or they have one that's like a smaller little tent that you could just put over your head if you want to share your bed. And like in the bio is literally like if your partner doesn't allow you to sleep in another room.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
because I have to do it for 4 weeks leading up to Everest, if you do 4 weeks plus the 3 weeks I'll be gone, that'll be 7 weeks in total that I wouldn't be with Amanda. And so
She would, yeah.
she's upset by that.
Yeah.
So I'm sleeping in a little thing that covers my head, a little dome that's going to be claustrophobic.
You didn't think about that at all when you signed up for this, huh?
Not the
You'd
4
be in-
weeks part.
No,
No,
that you'd be in a tent.
not at all. No. And people say you don't sleep well. It's hot as shit in there. So I'll come in and vent about that, and I'll
Fucking
put pictures and videos on,
You're gonna
on
look
our
ridiculous
pages
in that
because of
thing.
that. I am gonna. But that's
Yeah.
all we got. It was a good episode, Jack. Good shit.
Good shit,
Where do
man.
you at? All right. We'll see you on Friday. No, we'll see you on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Love you. Bye. Have a good weekend.